What's good, Council of Comics? We're doing The Last of Us, episode number 6. Is it 6?
6.
Or is it 7? It's 6. It's 6. Let's go.
Or is it 7?
7.
7.
It's 7.
Wait,
Is it
7.
Yeah, we have 8 and 9 are left.
Yeah, 2 left.
And apparently with less Joel towards the end of the season than ever.
Neat.
All right, this is episode 7. Let's go.
The brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life.
All right. Go ahead.
This episode,
Go ahead.
This episode's 8.
So it was
The Adventures of Two Young Girls in Love. That's what I call this episode.
That's what it was. Yeah.
it was based off of the DLC,
The DLC. Yep.
which I actually never played. I just finished the game again, and I didn't do the DLC.
Mhm.
And I was like, I was gonna let the show kind of speak for itself now because the next episode is gonna be based on my favorite part of the game.
Now, for the
Yeah.
uninformed,
Great part of the
DLC means downloadable content, not to be confused with other DLC meanings.
So I have the remastered
Oh,
one.
yeah.
What's the Left Behind board? Is that something different?
What's that?
I have the remastered version. What's the Left Behind board?
The Left Behind board is what this episode
Oh,
was
okay.
based off of.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So-
the deal.
so I have
And the name of the episode is Left Behind, right?
yeah,
Good.
the episode's
Um,
Left Behind.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't play it either. I watched it, but I didn't play it. It's pretty accurate. And there's a callback to it in Last of Us 2 that I didn't get until I actually watched this episode. So that's pretty cool. But it's a pretty good episode.
It's funny in this episode, number one, that there's almost some type of stability where she is, because like that quarantine zone, like there's electricity, they make them
Yeah.
go to gym. I guess all children are just treated like you're gonna like live in the military. That's
Mhm.
it.
Or, well, I mean, who knows? Because she never talks about her parents. So what's to say that she was orphaned and all orphaned children are automatically?
Oh no,
directed into
I absolutely believe that that's what happened to her, because she, I don't. If this is her origin story, then it's like, yo, you're an orphan and this is it.
Yeah.
And the other girl's an orphan too, right?
I think so.
Didn't
Yeah.
her parents died in front of her.
Yeah, you know what's really this is the other interesting thing. Marlene is integral to the plot once again. Someone who died in episode 1 is consistently
We don't know she's
integral.
dead. We don't know she's dead.
Someone who may be dead from episode 1 is completely integral to this plot.
She's not dead.
Hmm?
She's not.
Yeah, she just got shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, no, because it looked like she was dead. Like
No, she's standing in the hallway holding her gut.
okay,
She
but
didn't get bit or anything.
all right. Let's be clear. It didn't look good for her.
She's certainly wounded. I will give you that.
All right.
I don't think mortally so.
But I hope we get to see her again, because it would be great for her to tie up all these pieces. So it turns out Marlene is the one who recruited her friend
Mm-hmm.
into the Fireflies.
Right.
And Homegirl's like, well, who's Marlene? And she's like, the woman who like took me in. Like, don't worry about it.
Mhm.
And she's all mad because like she thought the mall was like a special surprise for her, but it's not. She was stationed there.
She's stationed
She's like, but that doesn't mean that doesn't make the special surprise for you any less true.
Mhm.
They got to play Mortal Kombat, which is great because we already know she's obsessed with Mortal Kombat, right? We know that she has like an old Nintendo Power or something in her bedroom
Mhm.
where she's read about Mortal Kombat, and she actually got to play Mortal Kombat. And her reaction was so genuine.
Yeah, it was cool.
It like reminded me of the first time I played Mortal Kombat.
It was very cool.
Me too.
At that corner store that's now a Colombian spot down from the high school. You remember that? That was the best.
Yeah, I played it at the corner store down from the school. Yeah,
I played at Nathan's in Yonkers.
I
It was
played it.
great.
No, I played it on. The first time I played it was on a console. Was it Genesis I went to first?
Yep.
It was
Sega
Genesis and Super Nintendo. Yeah.
And Genesis had the blood. You had the code to put in.
Yes, that's what. Yeah, that's what we played it on.
But
It was a snow day, much like today. So everybody met at somebody's house and we all played for like hours.
what was cool was the fatality that she uses for Baraka is the actual combination to Baraka's fatality. That exact fatality.
Yeah, they were keeping the accuracy.
Yeah. But for the Melina fatality, if you listen to the buttons and the joystick, it's not the same. So
I mean,
Fuck, are
really?
we doing?
I
guys?
I don't know.
mean,
I don't know
guys-
if I would recognize the sound of the
What the fuck's
joystick.
going on?
Listen, there's only a handful of joystick sounds that I know intimately.
Yeah.
So, I don't know those intimately. I
Yeah.
know other ones very sloppily and intimately.
I understood that joke.
I hope so.
She got another pun book.
She
Yeah,
did. That was a
that was
great
cool.
gift. Like, this
Yeah.
was such a sweet story. Like, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I thought there was just enough chemistry between the two of them that I could be invested in
Yeah.
in their story.
Yeah.
And
sure.
the fact that this is about Ellie and loss, and of course every episode is about loss.
Every episode's
And
loss, yeah.
oh, I didn't even get to talk about, like, last episode. I completely forgot an important thing about Maria being an additional mirror to Joel. Maria lost just as much as Joel lost, and she thrusted herself into her community, right? And Joel did a lot of closing off. And I thought that was an important point that I failed to make last time, so I'm saying it now. But here, and of course, loss was a big deal, and Ellie's like, why are you talking to me like I don't know anything about loss? And here we are shown, right? And she has this moment, and she's loving this girl, and she leans in and kisses this girl, and the girl reciprocates, and the excitement is real and it's palpable. And a zombie attacks them
And a zombie attacks them,
I
bites
see,
both of them.
for
and
me,
bites both of them.
that whole lead up to me, especially the zombie attack, was like, man, because they're in the mall enjoying, they're playing Mortal Kombat, and I'm like, this is too easy, this is too good.
Well, no,
There-
I mean,
someone's about to die.
Oh yes.
But
But
in my head,
it's so obvious.
I'm getting desensitized to people dying now.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I
just
almost
terrible.
didn't- I almost didn't care.
Yeah,
You
no.
know, like I know that.
The thing is,
sounds
I
bad,
know
but-
exactly. I knew exactly what was going to happen, but I still was invested because I'm invested in Ellie, and this is her very real experience for her character, right? So I'm still holding in there because I know this is her memory, and she's frantically, and it's a really great juxtaposition of these memories and her frantically trying to save Joel, searching every inch of that house for something that can help her until the end, where the two girls are both bitten in her memory, and they're holding each other and crying, and what's her name there tells Ellie, like, just don't even bother killing yourself, because, like, I want to just enjoy every
that
moment.
correlates to the two paths. Remember in the beginning of the
Yes.
episode?
To me,
he
that's
said
the best.
You
the
have
best
two
scene of
paths
the whole,
that
yeah.
you
Yeah.
can pick from.
That was
That
a
seems
good
the best,
talk.
yeah.
Like the guy, because she gets into like trouble in her like boarding school or whatever it is, like her boarding school boot camp, and she gets in trouble and she thinks she's gonna get like sent to like keep lock or whatever you want to call it, and he basically like, no, I'm not gonna send you. You got really like two paths. You could do this or you could be an officer, and that was a good talk, and I've been on the receiving end
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
of like
In
similar
contrast to the-
talks.
You're
The
so
two
smart.
paths
You're
that-
stupid.
Yes.
What's the other girl's name again?
I have not remembered
Riley?
once today.
Riley.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Riley
Awesome.
was like, we could off ourselves, or we could just keep going and see how this works out. You know what I mean? Because she wants to destabilize those Fedra people anyway.
Mhm.
So she's kind of like, well, let's just become zombies, and then they'll have to deal with us, basically.
What really makes me sad is if Riley becomes a zombie, what does that leave us with? That Ellie had to kill her.
Ellie had to kill her, yeah.
You
You
know?
never know.
And,
Or
well,
she-
or,
or
Or
left
she's
her,
still
though.
in that mall.
Yeah.
she's still in that mall, and
Yeah.
Ellie's like, oh, wow, I am immune.
I kind of got the idea that like she would have still been like there or something, because along the way she had to have met up with Marlene.
Marlene.
I bet Marlene found her there. And maybe if we do meet Marlene, we will get that story and it'll intersect.
Connect.
Actually, that makes sense though. If she stays there.
Because she was in the
And then
room like
and Riley doesn't check in, so Marlene has to go find out what's going on and finds Ellie. That would make sense.
in Ellie's bit, so she's like, that they kept her in that room to see what was going to happen, and like she's count to 10. That's how the show opened up with her. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it was enough to get me emotional. It didn't get me in full tears like other episodes, but it got me. I got me.
I thought the scariest part was when the dead guy fell through the floor.
Yeah.
To
I
me,
was
that
even
was the
thi-
scariest
and
part.
okay, that's another thing.
The
Does-
scary shock thing, like,
Yeah,
But do we need like scary things? Like I never felt scared. I rarely felt scared in this series.
Well, I think
That
it
first
has to-
episode
you gotta
was-
give some kind
was
of
something
horror
else.
element to this.
No, of course, no.
You know what I mean?
It's fine. It's the horror element, but not the horror element of like where like I was like, oh my god, I gotta go sleep with the lights on. Like there's
No,
none
no,
of
no,
that
no.
for me. Although the first episode was very intense, and the camera movements and everything were really focused on giving you that experience. So yeah, I think I felt the most,
Yeah.
you know, like ripples of adrenaline were the first episode. But every episode has made me feel something, and there's something I can relate to, you know. Like last episode, strangely I related to Maria, you know, and then I kind of like lost my thought on that. And then of course we're talking now about loss, and I was like, well shit, I get that. I am the throw myself into something type to get over. Right? That doesn't mean that grief doesn't try to get me,
Right.
but still, I like my brain is like, you got to get up, you got to do something,
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. I mean, at the show's core and at the game's core, it's about loss and how people deal with loss, and whether it be losing people or losing a way of life, or you know what I mean. It's what The Last of Us generally is about. So, I mean, that I feel like that's the main, before, you know, genres, before anything like that, we can expect loss in every episode.
Yeah,
So,
it's just so beautiful. I'm so glad you guys invited me on this wonderful ride of existential crisis. It's really great.
I mean,
At
the
least-
end of this episode has some light. She sews up his wound. And
Oh yeah.
you know what I
that
liked
Joel's
about
gonna live.
you know what
And then I got
liked
the
about that?
preview for the next episode, and bam!
Yeah. You know what I liked about that? She doesn't stop and remember everything. She stops, thinks, and then opens the door, and then it flashes back. So she had that like whole flashback within like a second almost. Like it all came
Which
rushing
makes me
back to
think
her
she
in 1
left
second.
Riley. Because that's what she flashes back
Oh,
to.
maybe.
Like, now she has a
Maybe.
choice. Am I going to leave Joel?
Yep.
I'm not going to leave Joel because I left Riley before.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? So.
That's a good point.
But
So
she
we'll
didn't
see.
even, in my opinion, she didn't truly leave Riley.
No, I mean coming up.
Oh.
She'll probably face her decision, Riley telling her to leave, and she probably leaves. Which leads her to have this flashback, like...
Or
do I
she
really
stays and
wanna leave?
Marlene finds her, which I think is more logical.
It's possible.
You know. But
yeah,
like,
I haven't played the DLC to even know if they did that, or how the DLC ended. If it even ended just like it ended in the episode.
I'll let you know when I play.
Yeah.
but still, it's been a great story.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Great performances.
you know, I know there are people I know who are out there who are like not happy because there's not enough action. Like the game is full of action. So like I'm sorry about that.
It's a
but
game.
but
I'm
I
okay
think
with that.
I think this I
Yeah.
think the story has been unfolding very well.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. There's a couple of things in the game, storylines in the game, that I think they gloss over too fast. They give you a little more
Yes.
color for the story, but
Yes.
I think they've done a really good job of being faithful to the feeling that you get playing the game.
Definitely.
And I feel like they can always revisit everything that they've glossed over.
Oh,
Because
sure.
all it takes is season 2 is previously on The Last of Us. And then it's like, hey, remember these little Easter egg tidbits from season 1? Yeah, this episode is gonna mess your world up with that right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright. You got something else to say, Joey?
No, it's just next episode. It's gonna be pretty cool because
Ellie fights alone.
Ellie fights
It's
alone.
the best part of the game.
Yeah.
She
And,
gets to ride a
uh,
horse like when she
the-
does in the game. They're going to shoot the horse.
The person she's at odds with, his right hand is actually the voice actor for Joel.
That's right.
So
You are
I think
correct.
that's pretty cool that they added him. Which means probably the voice actor for Ellie might be in there somewhere too.
She
you
is.
know. A lot of
She
lot
is.
more nods. Oh really?
She is.
Oh,
Okay.
so that's what is it? Troy Baker is.
Yeah, Troy Baker.
Okay.
Yep, it's pretty cool.
Well, I was like, having the series co-written by the creator of the game is very helpful in implanting these seeds, which is very
Yeah.
nice.
Hopefully they'll co-write Joel
Differently.
anyway. Differently.
Maybe they'll give us the lost years.
Yes.
You gotta make it to season 3.
Exactly.
Can't have patience.
There are no guarantees.
Yeah.
There are no
I've never
guarantees.
actually played the second Last of Us. to be
Yeah, I
honest.
just played through it. And,
Okay.
It's even more infuriating about the story because the game's actually really well made. And
Well,
even,
there are
even
rumblings
well
of a
written.
Last of Us 3 game being made right now.
Yeah,
you
but
can't fix
They
the damage of
yeah,
2.
Exactly. So
You know, unless Last of Us
It's okay
3
to
is
kill
time
Ellie off in
travel.
The third one.
I know, right?
Last of Us 3
Yeah.
and the Dial of Destiny.
Yeah.
All right, Council. So that's The Last of Us episode number 7. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think. We have other reviews on the channel. Check it out. Movie, film, TV, all that. And if you want to check out the previous 6 episodes, just check out our Last of Us playlist. So, for Cliff, for Green Shirt Guy, for Phil, for Joey, and the rest of the Council of Comics, we thank you. We love you. We'll see you next time. Peace.